Hi, it's Mark Freeley, the North Shore Injury Lawyer. I wanted to take a few minutes today to talk to you about why it's important to hire an attorney if you've been involved in a serious accident, no matter what the type of accident and your injuries are. You want to know that your lawyer knows how to litigate, not just settle. And there's many lawyers and law firms out there that will, you hire and will keep your case in claim stage, which means it just sits on the shelf and they try to get the medical records and get you a quick settlement. And that's all they do. And most of the work is done by the legal staff, the legal secretaries and the paralegals. For the most part, they're running the show, and at the last minute, they give it to the attorney to try to settle the case. And that's not in your best interest probably over 90% of the time, and maybe more. Um, because if you don't bring the fight to the insurance company and turn the fire up on them, you're not really going to squeeze them for the right amount of money. And the insurance companies have lists of the law firms and lawyers that just keep cases in claim stage and don't start lawsuits, and the law firms that do start lawsuits and that will litigate and that will take depositions and do all the paperwork and do all the volumes of other work that are involved in litigating a case and get the case onto the trial calendar and hire the right experts. It's a process and it's work. And I've been doing that for over 30 years, and I still love to do it. I don't want to roll over to the insurance companies. I don't want to take the first or second offer. I want to maximize my client's recovery. Why? Because it's the right thing to do. And we're not afraid of work here at my firm. We have 7 lawyers, full-time support staff, all the resources necessary to take on the insurance companies and their lawyers. And we litigate. We're not afraid to bring a case to court. And by bringing a case to court, that means preparing and filing a summons and complaint, the legal document that starts a lawsuit. Then we wait for the insurance company's attorneys to respond to it. And when they respond to it, they ask for a lot of documents and paper, and we have to prepare other legal documents and outline the injuries and our theories of fault and outline all of the doctors our clients went and a list of the injuries, and it's a lot of work. And maybe that's why some lawyers don't like to do that. Once we do all that paperwork, then we have to file for an initial conference called a preliminary conference in the court where the case is pending. And at that preliminary conference, we set up a timetable for the completion of what we call discovery, where in New York we have open discovery. The insurance company, their lawyers have to show me what they have, and I have to show them what I have, so there's no surprises. And that actually encourages settlement. But at the conference, we also set up a date for depositions, and that's really giving testimony under oath about how and why the accident happened and what the injuries were. And so my clients will be deposed, asked questions of by the defense attorneys for the insurance company, and myself and my lawyers will have a chance to ask questions of the driver of the other car or the owner of the property where you fell, or the owner of the dog who bit you, things like that. Depositions are usually the key to the case. We're evaluating their witnesses in the case, and they're evaluating my client and the validity of our theory of liability, of fault, and the seriousness of the injuries, and the likability of my client. So depositions are very important. I've done thousands of depositions. I can really do a deposition in my sleep. It's not just the art of asking questions, it's the art of listening to the answer or the non-answer and going down different avenues to get the information you need to prove and win your case at trial. Because whatever you say at your deposition locks you into what you can say at trial, and that's one of the reasons we have it, so we don't get surprised at trial. And then after a deposition, the insurance company is allowed to have one of their independent doctors examine you, and that doctor would testify on behalf of the insurance company at the time of trial. And many times we'll have someone go with you to those exams to take notes on what occurred. And then once that's done, the case would go on to the trial calendar. We'll get assigned a number and we wait in line for a trial. The average motor vehicle case from the day I bring a lawsuit to the day I get on the trial calendar is more or less than a year. And then the wait time on the trial calendar in Nassau, Suffolk is also about a year. So you're looking, if a case doesn't settle, it could be up to 2 years plus to get to a trial. 90% of cases settle without going to trial. A lot of the cases I'm able to settle at a non-binding mediation where I agree with the other attorneys about what retired judge or mediator we use, and then we present everything to them, and they help us get to a settlement that's fair and reasonable. And I've had really good success at mediations, and I've done hundreds of mediations. So you want to have a lawyer who's experienced with litigation, bringing lawsuits, prosecuting lawsuits, getting the case through the legal system onto the trial calendar in a timely manner, doing mediations, handling insurance companies and their lawyers, and pushing the case onto the trial calendar, and if need be, picking a jury and trying a case, and my firm does that. So that's what keeps the insurance companies honest. That's what makes them pay the fair amount to you when you are injured. So if any questions about an accident and injury, even if you already have a lawyer, it's simple to change lawyers, and if you're not happy or confident with your lawyer, you should definitely give me a call as well. Give me a call at 631-495-9435, and I will get you to the finish line. Keep it safe out there.